Recently, the world has agreed to net zero carbon emission by the year 2050 in COP28. Good morning to everyone. Today, I'm going to give a lecturette on the topic alternate sources of energy. Friends, we are living in a modern world where development is at its peak. Just like the coin has two sides, so does the development. Development completely relies on the usage of fuels such as conventional sources of energy like petroleum, coal, etc. The result of which is the increase in global temperature resulting in global warming and other health hazardous diseases. So we also need an alternative to it. Hence, I bring you the alternative source of energy which can definitely replace the conventional sources of energy. The first and foremost, the important alternate source of energy is the solar energy. As in solar energy, we have installed solar panel across various region of the Rajasthan area and other region. So solar energy converts the sun waves into the other electric and other waves so that it can generate energy. The second is the wind energy. A large amount of windmill has been established which on rotating rotates the turbine which generates the electricity. The third is the water energy. Dams are built in the river which has led to the when the gravity due to gravity water fall and it hits the turbine, it generates the electricity. The fourth is nuclear energy. When nuclear core is heated, it evaporates the water. The vapor of the water rotates the turbine, generating electricity. These are some alternative sources of energy. Now I would like to tell you the India standpoint that India has started International Solar Alliance alongside France, and now that has gathered more than 100 plus members. The second is the PM Suryodaya Yojana, where they are installing solar panels above household roofs in it is a more than 100 crore project. The third is the Global Biofuel Alliance that was a big key takeaway from the G20. Alongside that, India is to triple its India renewable resources by the 2030. So these are the initiatives that India has been taking to promote the use of alternative sources of energy. And now talking about the world, the first and foremost is the COP28, where each and every nation has decided to net zero is carbon emission by the year 2050. The second is the high-tech companies such as Tesla, which is owned by Elon Musk, is using electro vehicles, Tesla. So definitely it is one step towards the promoting the alternative source of energy, and definitely it can help in reducing the global warming and help in the growth of the environment. Thank you.
So, Jai Hind everyone. Today's my lecture topic is child marriage. Today I talk about what child marriage is, what are their plus points and what are the negative points, and how it affects our society. So, child marriage, as the name suggests, that marrying the teenagers to the teenagers. So, it is basically a custom of in North India that is in its peak on early 70s and before that. So, after Britishers came to India, they uprooted these like Sati Pratha, also Bal Vivah. But in later 90s, this is also there in Rajasthan region and Punjab region. But now the cases of child marriage is very less. So what is child marriage? First of all, we talk about what is child marriage. Child marriage is making marriage of a small child to a small child. So and make the child to leave their house. So what are the plus points of child marriage and the negative points of child marriage? Plus points are like that when a girl married to his husband, so when they do arranged marriage, they take time to make communication and being fit for each other. But from in childhood, when they meet each other, they make very good friendship there and adjust their vibes. So in childhood, their marriage relationship will better. But there are also negative points, like they in teenager they leave their parents and they don't able at sometimes in their sasural their sasuma is very bad things with them. So this is a negative point, and they are very at that time when they have to learn new things, they went for household chores and they do their household works. So this is a bad thing for even for girls, not for boys, because boys have many privileges. So let's talk about some data. Like even 70s, a report came that during early 70s, 17th century, there are around 100% cases that promotes child marriages. But now in 2020, the child marriage is less than 1%. So the initiative of Indian government, and this is also a great point of East India Company's initiative, so that the child marriage is uprooted totally in India. Thank you.
Jai Hind everyone. My lecturate topic is India's Missile Development Program. So there is a quote saying that for a long-term growth of any of the country, its self-reliance is one of the most important key factor. When we talk about India, then we see in India's defense system, missile development program plays a very important role. It started with the establishment of Defense Research and Development Organization in 1958, initiated by our Prime Minister, Shri Jawaharlal Nehru, back then in 1958. But the speed up, or it took pace in 1980s by the initiation of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Bharat Ratna awardee, also known as the Missile Man of India, who initiated the program of Integrated Missile Development Program. The main focus of this program was to focus on the 5 missiles, that is Agni, Prithvi, Trishul, Akash and Nag missiles. Today, India is one of the 4th largest military with a strong missile development program. We have reached to a great level of reaching to intercontinental ballistic missiles. It starts with Agni 1, whose range is around 7,700 to 1,200 kilometers, and Agni 2, whose range varies from 1,000 to 2,500 kilometers. Agni 3, which goes to the range of 3,000 kilometers. Agni 4, which is ballistic missile and to a range of 4,000 kilometers, and Agni 5, which is an intercontinental ballistic missile whose range goes to beyond 4,000 to 6,000 kilometers, and Agni 6, which is under development and is expected to reach to a range of 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers. At present, we also develop the BrahMos cruise missile with the collaboration of India's biggest defense partner, Russia, where we are developing the cruise missile. The difference between the ballistic missile and a cruise missile is that cruise missile is a short-range guided missile, whereas ballistic missile is a missile which, once targeted, cannot be changed to the direction, and also it has a long range of reaching beyond the atmosphere and then hitting the target with the gravitational force. And we see that India has reached to a level of self-reliance and is now exporting its missiles to its neighboring countries. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Today my lecture topic is India as a superpower. As we know that from the longer time, India is under the colonial rule. After the independence, 1947, India has a closed economy. But after 1991, India has a open economy in which India trade with all over the world. Now India is emerging as a superpower in the defense sector, in a private sector, as India is the 5th largest economy in the world. India boosts its defense system also according to the SIPRI report, India is the largest importer in the world to import the arms now. For making its defense system strong, India take many initiatives like collaboration with the foreign countries like USA, Russia, and make a missile like BrahMos. Recently, in a data, it was found Rajnath Singh stated that India first time imported its 21,000 crore arms to the other country. That's a main focus of the India to boost its economy as well as making itself a superpower. Time is over. कौन सी थोड़ी करना है? कौन सी थोड़ी करना है?
You can check. Nepal. Recently, Nepal has generated new currency in which many territories are shown of India's in their currency. Good morning, gentlemen. I will be delivering my lecturate on the topic of Indo-Nepal relations. The Indo-Nepal relations make the history from 1950 when they discuss the strategic partnership between both the nations, and also suggested that the relation between India and Nepal is like roti and beti. We have provided many connectivity projects and pipelines towards Nepal. And if I talk about the cooperation between these two countries, the first one is the trade. The trade in 2018 and 19 is around 8 billion US dollars, and India is sent the many essential fuels there and also provided connectivity to the ports in West Bengal. Now, if I talk about the defense sector, the Gorkha regiment is inducted many Nepalese people in this regiment. But after the Agnivir scheme, there is very less number of participation from the Nepal. And the third cooperation is the cultural sector. We have the cultural ties very from the history. And now if I talk about the challenges that Indo-Nepal relations are facing right now, the first one is the border disputes. You know about the Lipulekh and the Kalapani. Almost 90% of the border is demarcated in the Treaty of Sagali. But in the recent times, when Nepal is trying to build along with the Kali River many infrastructure, but India is in the territory of the India. So it is a very big challenge for both the nations. The second is the China's influence over Nepal. We have seen Nepal is a very play a key role in the China's BRI initiative. So it is a very big challenge for India to counter China in Nepal. The third challenge is about the Nepal's hindrance in political stability. We have seen there are many changes in their political areas, so it will create a challenge for Nepal. Now, if I give you the solutions of these challenges, Nepal and India can enhance their diplomatic conversations, and it will also help Nepal and India to increase their trade and connectivity all over the port, and India can also invest in Nepal to counter China. Thank you.
So friends, today's my lecture topic is globalization. As you know, there is a famous quote that globalization is a train which is out of its track. And if we see the history of globalization, so globalization is a train which is out of its track. So if we see the history of globalization, so it starts from medieval when the travelers from different countries started searching for new trade routes. As you know, in the past there used to be a silk route. With the help of that, Asian countries used to do trade with European and some African countries. But in the latter part, when there was a need of a new trade route from Europe to Asia, the European travelers searched. Like you can take example of Vasco da Gama and some other travelers also searched. Apart from it, when it comes in terms of medieval history and modern history, as you know, the England became the first country to get its independence, which was bloodless revolution, and the ideas of that revolution reached to some other countries too. After that, when US got its independence from the colonizers, the countries like France and France rebellions learned from them. When the France gets independence, the ideology, the thoughts of Rousseau, Voltaire reached to some other countries as well. So as you know, if you see our constitution, so it's not originated, its value is not originated in India, but from all over the world. The same goes for trade as well. Nowadays, as you know, the world is interconnected in terms of trade and in terms of cultures, in terms of thoughts, social media, and in terms of other things as well. Now we can just share our ideas to some other countries. We can learn philosophy and culture of some other countries from some other civilizations as well. Apart from that, if we see this is the era of social media, where we get connected to the people of all around the world. We learn about their food, their culture, their medicinal system, and so many other things. We can just sell Bitcoin to other parts of the world. We can also sell some other cryptocurrencies, which mostly made on paintings. And we can also sell our ideas, do freelancing, all these things. Apart from that, when we see the thoughts, the philosophy and mathematics, etc. So we also do learn from some top university of other parts of the world, mostly from the MIT open source software, with help of just YouTube and some other platforms as well. The same way, we also transport our benefits. So coming to the conclusion, as you know, critics say globalization has some negative impacts as well, but apart from those ones, there is always a positive impact which is helping world in very positive way and which reduce our independence on own self and make us self-reliant as will make us superpower. Thank you.
Jain friends, today I am going to speak over my topic is brain drain. As we all know that brain drain is a very huge problem of various countries. It means that the use of brain or a person, let's say an example of a person gets his education inside in any country or for better lifestyle or for better economic opportunities he went to the other nation. That is the meaning of brain drain. As we all know that brain drain cases have been got increased. The countries, underdeveloped countries or poor countries, they provide better facilities to the some children. But when they got successful and when a country made them efficient, then those people or students went to other nations for the better lifestyle. And the reason behind that, first there are various reasons for it. First they went for the better lifestyle. They also went for because there is a good earning, there is less opportunities inside a country, and apart from that there is a temptation given by the developed nation because they want to make their country developed, and when they find a good brain in any country, so they tempt him with high amount of benefits and get him attracted and bring it to the nations. And we can take the example of China, US. As right now that US is one of the most developed nation, and if you will find out that in most agencies, like we can take the example of his NASA and also the strategy, those play in leadership roles, and they are just like Google and various companies of Texas and SpaceX and various companies, and in this you will found that there are large number of large number of people are from India. And as we know that in many known companies there is India who is India's people, those who are leading those companies, and the reason behind that because they are
getting comparison to India, but it is very harmful for the nations because the underdeveloped nation or poor nation won't be able to develop if there would be a brain drain kind of activity. So for inducing this, there could be a proper checkup, or I think there should be a requirement of generating patriotism among the students so that they can utilize or they can do work for their nations. And there are so many great examples in India, as we can take the example of APJ Abdul Kalam, who was temptation given by the US, but he refused and he still worked for the India. So right now, because of him, India is under the economic zone or growing fastestly, though his contribution is quite high. So thank you.
Jai Hind everyone. Today I am going to deliver a lecturette on the topic Naxalism. So Naxalism is a word derived from the village Naxalbari in West Bengal, which is a rebellion against local landlords who based up local peasants over a land dispute. It was initiated in order to provide rightful distribution of the land to the peasants who were below marginal farmers. Initiated from the West Bengal, it spreads over all eastern parts of our country India, ranging from Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, etc. So, what is this ideology of Naxalism? They basically follow the ideology of Maoism, which is an ideology of communism, and this is an ideology which is basically having a doctrine to capture the state power with the help of mass mobilizations, arms, ammunition, and with the help of the people available over there. Gentlemen, this Naxalism was initiated in order to provide that full distribution of land by the Janu Sanyal and Kanu Santhal. So what are the causes behind this Naxalism? In 1980, after the government has implemented the Conservation of Forest Act, those people who were living in the forest, they were deprived of using the forest areas. Even they are deprived of cutting even a bark of a tree. And later on, they were having not proper facilities. They are not proper connected with the cities, so that they are not getting proper facilities of the development. Apart from that, many a time this Naxalism has been treated as a security threat instead of focusing as a social issue. Apart from that, various state governments, they are taking and thinking this Naxalism as a matter of central issue. They are not taking as a matter of their own development issue. So what are the steps taken by the government, or what are the steps taken by the government of the state or the central? So Operation Green Hand in 2010, where government has taken initiatives to fight against Naxalism, and as per the statistics, government has reduced number of districts which are affected from Naxalism from 238 to 90 in 2010. And then after then, aspirational district program has been also initiated, which is focusing to provide proper development programs to the people living over there. Apart from that, Operation Greyhound, which was initiated by Andhra Pradesh police and the local and the paramilitary forces to fight against those who are living in the Naxalite area in the thick forest region, as those people are quite aware about the forest region. So gentlemen, in my point of view, government should take this as a social issue instead of the security issue, and should also take the help of the local police, as I mentioned about Andhra Pradesh Greyhound, in order to fight against Naxalism, and aspirational district programs like initiative should be taken into consideration to provide proper facilities to the people, and there should be proper connectivity with the people living over there, so that they will not face any discrimination in the name of Naxalism. Thank you.